we are discussing lockdown, second wave, and other stuff. So let's look at it, how the agility plays out in the pandemic. This is more kind of a lean coffee type of a session. So we are looking for your involvement, your sharing of experience, your learning and other stuff. So do participate into this one. Starting with little bit introduction. I'm Rahul Shah. I have around 20 plus years of experience, 10 plus in Agile, and I'm also a safe program consultant, some other certifications and other stuff. Uh, More on a personal side, yeah, I like chess, solving puzzles, and Sanskrit as well. And with respect to the lockdown, right, it's already around 7 months or 8 months, probably 7 months. So what I did in the lockdown, so I completed my SPC 5.0 enablement and then some other training enablement kind of safe Scrum Master, safe for teams and others. Also, I decided to spend some more time on the exercise as well. So we call it Surya Namaskar, Surya prayer to Surya, sun salvations, we call it, right? So I'm doing 75 since the lockdown has started. And another good aspect is we are able to spend more time with family. So that's already a kind of a blessing from disguise. That's what I would say. Over to you, Vijay. Hey, you are on mute.
Myself, Vijay, I will not go into too much of details. I'm liking this pandemic out of various reasons. Uh, Currently, I'm living in countryside, moved from the city of Pune, and I'm liking it really here because this particular place, a small village, gives a lot of freedom of mobility, and the risk also is reduced. However, on the side of organizational engagement, that I'm also a coach and a trainer with some of the organization, we'll discuss that in a while. Yeah, so that's how I am placed in a small village, so that gives me a lot of freedom. And like Rahul, I'm also exploring this side of yoga. I'm doing it since last 62 days continuously, which never happened to me before, thanks to Corona. Yeah.
Good. So some of the positive sides of Corona. Yeah. It's not what happens to you, but
Yeah.
how you react to it that matters. Very well
Yeah.
said, right? This one. So I remember one story, probably everybody might be knowing it, that two salesmen were sent to Africa to explore what are the opportunities there. And then the one of the salesmen reported back that it's a terrible business opportunity. No one wears shoes. He was very frustrated. And then second one said, there is a fantastic business opportunity. No one wears shoes. So you have a huge market. So it's how you look at the situation, right? It's not what happens to you, but how you react to what happens to you is the most important one. So today we would like to discuss different topics. What happens during the pandemic? Different areas, team, scrum master, product development, the pace of development, your learning, your work life balance, and so many other stuff. So let's start with the first one. So one of the important aspect, right, from the scrum master perspective is to engage the team and make sure that the process is followed, scrum is enacted, and then we get the benefits of scrum. The value is delivered continuously and other stuff. So this is more kind of a discussion we would like to know from you, that in your organization, in your team, if you are working as a scrum master, then certainly would like to listen from you. And even if you are not working as a scrum master, but the team in which you are working right now, what was the scrum master's engagement level? What is the engagement level? Whether it has improved, it is kind of same, no change, or it has worsened.
Yeah. So maybe you can talk and also parallelly message so that we can also take some numbers here.
So, should I go first, Prashant
Yeah,
here?
most welcome, Prashant. Yeah.
Yep. So Rahul, this is quite wonderful for us, and the biggest achievement that we had previous week, like we conducted our PI sessions on Zoom, and that was across 4 time zones. And the good thing is that we successfully completed that. We were able to uh, find out, we were able to draft PI objectives for 4 or 5 teams, and we were able to do all type of activities with the help of, like, there were certain tools. One is IOBEA and another is Slack, and of course always channel available channel is emails. So with the help of like these two tools, we were able to perfectly execute. We were able to run our first PI session successfully, and each team was able to find out backlog for next 5 sprints, as well as the dependencies. We discussed dependencies. We created rooms in the forms of Zoom sessions, and we were able to freely move out from one Zoom session to another Zoom session, just like the physical rooms. So in each of the rooms, one agile coach was assigned, and he was there as to help us in the understanding the process and drafting the backlog and drafting PI objective. So finally, so instead of having standard 2 day session, like full day full time, we had like 4 day session, half day for us, each of us, around like 5.5 hours of engagement. And after 4 years, like we walked away with everything like what I could have thought of in the physical session actually. So that was one of the major achievement that I could see in this time, with the help of, and tool played major roles apart from agile coaches and scrum masters, RTE, and all those people.
Okay,
Awesome.
that's great. Yeah.
What about others? Please also reply in chat whether it is improved, worsened, or no change. Yeah, so I see Deline also says, Rahul, it has improved. Okay. Anyone else would like to share?
So even you can also share about what did
Yeah,
Scrum Master do differently? Yeah, someone was saying.
Vijay, I can share. So since January, I was to the new team and I'm managing 3 or 4 Scrum Masters, 3 Scrum Masters. But I can see that things were improved, and previously it was not like that. Now I can see that improved the process, stand-up calls, and everything, Vijay.
Oh, good. Samuel says also, thanks, Hema. Samuel also says improved.
Highlight.
It's Darlene. Can I just say, I think I did mention that things improved. I'm based in the US, and my experience was what I've noticed is because everyone is remote, participations in meetings has changed. For example, when we're office based, you start stand up and people are running in because they are stuck in traffic or they had other things that they had to do before coming into work. But now, with everyone being at home, by the time you start stand up, everyone is there and ready for the meeting. They are more participative. They are not rushing about because they have that calm of not having to travel to a workplace. And I suppose with us being, and I would say that my interaction with the team has definitely improved because when you're in the same room as people, you don't appreciate how easy communication is. But when you're having to contact people through chat channels or making one-to-one calls to discuss impediments with them, you really get to know them a bit more and get to talk to them a bit more and grow better relationships than when you were in a room and you could just pin your chair around and ask a question and get an answer. So that's why I think that collaboration has improved because of the pandemic.
Great. Good to know.
The topic where the management, like leadership, is very much focused on. What about the productivity and other stuff? Let me share my views on this one, on the overall productivity. That one of the institute where I work for, the work from home culture was not there. So they said, no, kind of, we don't trust, in the sense that what will happen that everybody will work from home, then what will happen? The productivity will be impacted. And then so once the pandemic started and everybody started working from home, there were more communications, right? Even with the leadership and everything. And then people asked them the questions that, are you going to continue allowing working from home? And then the leader said, no, probably we are evaluating the data. We'll see. And then we'll decide. Right now, we cannot say anything. And after a couple of months, again, we had another town hall, and then the same question was asked. And he said, yeah, I think we should continue allowing working from home, because the data says that nothing got blocked. We are able to do the work. So the productivity is not impacted, and then you can continue. So they also have apprehensions that what will happen. And then based on the data, probably somebody will figure it out. So what is your experience with respect to development team and overall productivity? You can also send your message in chat as well, so we know that how it is.
So Rahul, if you allow me, I'm working with one organization, multiple teams, coaching. Earlier, first or second month of lockdown, it was really bad, a lot of chaos. But later on, I mean, 2 sprints later on, it started improving like anything. So we also did certain releases, and everything is on time. So sometimes people are also saying that it's improved.
Okay. For Sid as well, it is improved. So Sid, would you like to share something on this one?
Well, the engagement has improved, is what I feel. But I think it's a question of, it's because you've been continuously working with those people. If you are starting a new project with a new team, I don't know how that will work. You are working with people which you have been working with since last maybe 2 months, 4 months, whatever. Then it's fine. Because you have, before the lockdown started, you have met those people. There has been a exchange. See, body language is very important.
Yes.
But if you start now with a fresh team, people you have never met, I mean, physically you have not seen, you have not met them, they have not seen, they have not met you. I don't know how the engagement will happen. I honestly don't know. I mean, I have not started with a new team, so I don't know.
Can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Yes.
I lost my job when the pandemic started. So I started a new job, new company, new team. And I think it depends on how you approach it. And there are two, like in my teams, I encourage video on during meetings so that we can see each other. Every Friday we have team coffee time where we are all on video. We just talk about everything but work. And I don't think it has really been different as it would have been if we're face to face would definitely be more involving. But I have got to know my team. I have got to collaborate with them. And I would say even to a much better level than I would face to face because of these things. And the question about productivity, even the developers are telling me that I'm doing a lot more because I don't have to travel to and from a place of work. Some days I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and by 7:30, I'm on my computer working. And sometimes I don't realize it's 7 o'clock at night and I'm still working. Even the company I work for, even their CEO has said it was one of those that did not encourage remote working at all. But now they are of the opinion that when this pandemic is over, they won't force anyone to be 100% in the office. They'll give people 3 options, whether you want to work remote, whether you want to work 50-50, or you want to work 100%, because it hasn't impacted on productivity. It did in the beginning when people were not sure how to use the online systems, but now that they are, everything is running fine.
Yeah, similarly, in our company also, we had so many people. We hired freshers. I think Venkatesh, you also have an experience to share, right? 50%. And Deline, we also encourage video here, so you can also start your video if possible. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not at home. I'm not in a place where I can share my video. Sorry. I should have said that before.
Okay. Venkatesh, would you like to share?
Yes. So recently we got one project where we had to hire a huge team, and 50% of the employees were freshers,
Oh,
and they had to acclimatize to the corporate culture pretty quickly.
yeah.
And it is a time bound project, so we had to ramp up their productivity pretty quickly. So we found some hiccups during the initial stage of the project, because of the work from home situation. We don't know what is the attitude of that person. We
Mm.
haven't seen their body language towards the work. So those aspects, if you know a person in real, like if you have worked with that person, you know how he will react to a situation.
Yeah.
So that way it is a bit worsening situation in the initial stage of the project. But once we start having daily stand-ups with them,
Mhm.
a couple of video calls over the week, on the Friday evening, to lighten the mood and everything, to know them personally.
Mhm.
So after that, during the after mid October or so, we started receiving good productivity from them, and they also started liking the work.
Sure.
So they were giving their 100% by then.
Awesome. So Deline and Venkatesh, if you would like to put 2-3 factors that if there are new people or new companies starting new teams, what should they focus on if they want to improve their overall engagement or productivity or something like that? I'm asking this question on behalf of Rahul. Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing we got to know is, if you have hired freshers, we tag them with some buddies who know the corporate culture of the company, and who can just give them some background how the company works, and what is the future for them in the company, because freshers don't know. Freshers, their mind is pretty bubbling right. So
Okay.
when they come to an organization, they have very much curiosity what to do. Will I like this work? And they don't mind absconding if they don't like the work. So I have seen many cases where people are very enthusiastic in the first week, but once they know the work, they don't like it. So to build that interest in them, so we engage them, we tag them with some buddies, and there was more interaction, because if we are on the floor, the interaction tends to happen every day. But if we are working from home, the interaction becomes a problem, because everyone has their work to do and timelines to meet. So that becomes sidelined. So that was one thing that we encouraged.
Deline, from your side, any suggestions, short suggestions to people who are starting new teams?
Um, I would say patience. Give people time, because this work from home thing is not for everyone. People pick it up quicker than others. I would say be patient with them. Give people time to understand things at their pace. Give them time to tell you what their issues are, and be quick to help them with those issues, so that they can build their confidence up and meet up with the others quicker. Don't put pressure on people, because that will make it worse.
Okay.
Trust is a very important factor, right? That's what I think she is saying. I think help them as well, like give them buddy, so that if they have any questions, because yeah, it's really something surprising, right? That people who have not visited the office for interview as well, and then real working as well, and then they are onboarded and everything is working fine. So then something certainly should have happened. So they have to trust. That is, I think, the foremost factor everybody needs to consider. That okay, we unless we trust, nothing is going to work. I think many of the organizations they had initially, like remote working, should we allow or not, because of lack of trust. But I think the result proved that okay, it can move forward. Yep, thanks Venkatesh and then Dilin. Let's move to the next one. What about the product owner engagement? How is your refinement work is being going on? See, what I believe is the flow is very important, right? The continuous steady flow of requirements, and then the engagement of product owner as well, the availability as well, so that we are able to deliver it continuously. So how is your experience with respect to product owner in your organization? If anybody in the participant is a product owner, then certainly would like to hear from you. Even if no, then yeah, you can share your experience.
From my experience, I see everybody is getting conscious about how they are performing, and hence they are giving their best. They are trying to give their best every day. They are searching for new tools, and Scrum Masters are helping product owners this time a lot. Earlier, I had seen only in the Scrum guide, or as coach, I used to tell that as a Scrum Master, there are responsibility towards the team. That is your first responsibility. Then the second is towards the product owner, and then third is towards the organization. So now that towards the product owner factor is coming a lot, and that gelling of Scrum Master and product owner is really happening. Uh, from my experience, also the refinements are happening better ways in short chunks, but multiple times. From my experience, I'm telling you, I'm dealing with so many teams. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I would say not much change I have seen. We are able to move to the remote working without much hiccups.
Hello.
There's some echo actually.
So, so if you ask me, this COVID situation has not affected us from the PO perspective because our PO is already remotely working and situated at different location. But definitely, the productivity wise, nothing has hampered. So this is giving good results, I would say. And we are following safe, and weekly we go through the backlog and do some kind of a socialization or backlog refinement. So that was, we are going good, I would say.
Yeah, thanks, Sharvari. Prashant, you also, your company also has implemented SAFE, right? And then how is the
Yep,
product owner engagement with
absolutely.
multiple teams, and then the communications between product management and product owner is going on?
Okay. So what used to happen, in fact, in our team, for example, there were like directly or indirectly, there were three PO level guys working for different verticals. So for PI sessions for each team, what Agile coaches has done, they have dedicatedly allocated one PO for each team. For example, two guys were working with us regularly. So, but two cannot be present since other teams also needed them. So what they did actually, they allocated one product owner to each team, and in the PI sessions. So whenever we have some identified some dependency. So what we did actually, we discussed. We used to call them in our meetings. They used to come to us. Then they used to look at our backlog, and they used to. So they were great. They were of great help. Why? Because they have already been involved with other teams. So they knew, like for example, if some product owner can prepare 80% of the backlog for one team, so he was dedicated. He or she was allocated to that team. So before 1 week before PI sessions, what happened? In fact, we started one exercise on regular basis. That was uh, uh, product socialization. So in that meeting, actually, all the teams were invited, and each day, each of the product owner used to express about like their business expectation, about their would be backlog for the next sprint and their priorities. So that was around like 1 hour session, and they started working. So we used to call that socializing of features. So 1 week before PS sessions, that happened throughout the week. So each and every product owner expressed their expectation. So all the teams were more or less in alignment with the respective businesses and product owners. So every team beforehand, they come to know like which product owner they need to talk to in case like if she or he was not allocated to our team. So we clearly knew, for example, in 3 or 4 hours of like backlog, I mean breakout sessions, where we need to call the other POs. So that was like kind of expected, and everybody knew about that. So that was one of the good practice, I would say.
Yeah, thanks, Prashant, for sharing. So, this new practice got introduced after the pandemic started, or it was already there and then?
No, Rahul, initially, like we have all this planned in the month of April actually. So in fact, we were expecting all those like product owners and all the other people, RTA and all agile coaches to visit us in Pune on 21st of April. So that was planned earlier, but later like all this
Okay.
lockdown situation and all these postponed. Like then we have to plan all these things accordingly, because lockdown is going to stay here for some more time. So but we have to roll out something, so we rolled out. We agile coaches
Great.
took the risk
Yeah.
of rolling out, and they were successful.
Yeah. Those who, those companies who took some risk, right? They really did a wonderful job, because remaining standstill, and if you don't take any actions, that means you are not going to get any
Yeah.
results, or nothing will change. Yeah, that's wonderful. Let's move to the
So
next.
wonderful in that point also. I got to heard from one of the agile coaches last year actually, when I was going through some training. So they expressed
Mhm.
like IBM invested around like 1.5 crore for all these PI sessions and all that stuff, and their managers are complaining they were not successful and all that. So if I compare
Oh,
that to with this scenario, so I found that really helpful and like money saving.
yeah, wonderful. Yeah, really, it makes sense, right? Because it gave you that opportunity that, okay, these are the constraints. Now, what you would like to do? And then some of them say, oh, there are constraints, so we cannot remove the constraint, but there are other ways, right? Earlier,
Yep.
we used to say there is only one best way to fix a problem, but that is not the case now. There are multiple,
Yep.
there can be multiple ways to fix the problem. And then you identified one of them that really worked. Great.
Yeah, Rahul, and I agree with with the points like which other members have stressed. Like trust is the main key actually. Based on
Hmm.
trust, you can do anything. You can do anything.
Yep. So where did you find like trust in your PI sessions or anywhere? You would like.
టన్ను
Yeah,
కదరా
నేను చెప్పానా
y-
వద్దా వేసేటప్పుడు టన్ను పట్టు ఏం కడుపుతాయి
yeah. Right from the beginning, I mean, at every stage. For example, if we need to, for example, we were to attend like other socializing, product socialization, feature socialization. Uh, we picked up features, and then the product owners asked us to consider that on priority. Then we picked up and we discussed. So it was basically trust was involved at at all levels. Even if at the time of PI planning, the simple point can be like, they could have easily said like, I'm not having good network, I cannot attend this session. So this is tested everywhere actually. So everyone was
Oh,
dedicated for 4 5 hours. So that was, so it is everywhere. Like, trust has to be everywhere.
yeah.
So yeah, they coordinated and stayed till 4 or 5 hours during that breakout sessions and even additional sessions as well.
It's a core attribute, right? If you really would like to start up, then start with the trust in your people and then their capabilities. Then it will work out. If you ask and then challenge every decision, that's not going to work. So many of the places, like the next one is, would like to know about what is the overall self organization. So in the safe as well, we talk about decentralization, right? Not all decisions should be taken by the central management. The decisions should be decentralized. The self organization, one of the reason or one of the way we can do is give more trust to them, that okay, that's what they can do, and then they will be doing it. Even I have seen that uh, people in my teams, managing few teams, so whenever they go out, they say, okay, I'm not available from 10 to 11 or 4 to 5, or I will be going leaving early and other stuff. Nobody is there to see them, right? Whether they are there or not, but they voluntarily put that, okay, I'm not available. That's something amazing. I think this is self organization, and then they are responding back with the trust the management or the organization has put into them. That's one sign. So how do you keep yourself motivated? So there are a couple of, one is about the work life balance, which one is I think the next one. But what is your view on the overall self organization and the motivation? How have you seen that people are demotivated, or we really need to talk to them and motivate them and then get out of this pandemic and other stuff? What is your view on this one, your experience?
Yeah, Rahul, question is for me or all?
No, for everyone. Anybody, if you would
Okay.
like to share, yeah, you're most welcome.
Yeah, for me, like everything is generated from trust. With trust, you create like empowered teams, and empowered teams like are quite ahead of initiatives and all like self initiation, and they are motivated. So nothing has to be done actually. Empowered team is the key actually, and that is generated by trust. That is my take.
Okay, yep. So for everyone, where do you see the motivation level for your team members? Is it improved, worsen, or no change?
I,
What's
I
your
think
call on?
I think it's a mixture. The people that liked working from home are very motivated, and the people that didn't like working from home are demotivated. So I think it's a mixture of both, especially with well, for my team, I found that team members who have really young children that cannot go to daycare because of the pandemic are demotivated because they are always distracted, and they are always needing to go attend to their kids. So, and then the ones that don't have that problem love it, and I'm even more motivated. So it's very individual, I would say.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Good point of view. Yeah, makes sense. Even there was a survey done, I think, a few weeks back, and then they said whether you would like to work 100% from home, and then most of them said that no, we would like to have a hybrid model, like you gave the three options, right? 100% remote working, 100% in office, or hybrid. And then around 80% said that no, really would like to go for the hybrid mode. Give that autonomy to us, let us decide that when we would like to come to office and then when we would like to do remote working. But it seems that yeah, people 100% remote working doesn't work for everyone. People say yeah, a mix and match, that's the best way to go for this. Okay, so next one is I think very let's discuss about the work life balance. How is it? Is it improved, worsen, or no change? Though we have liberty, right, to work based on our timings, but I have seen whenever I call my friends and others, many of them say at 9 p.m. as well, that yeah, they are still working or just close the laptop. So, what is your take on this one?
Yep, same here, Rahul. Like if we have more meetings, more stretch. Even I had inquired with the different friends, and they told they are desperately waiting to come back to office. That's one side.
Oh,
The other side, physically though we are at home, we are with the parents. We are not getting time to talk with them because most of the time we are in the calls or meetings. That's what I feel.
True. Yeah. Very valid one. Though we are at home but not able to talk to them because the meeting timings are like that.
Yep, true.
And anybody else would like to share? And Hema, how is it for you? Do you get enough time for yoga and other stuff, or you are making sure that that time you don't want to make any
Uh,
compromise with that?
yeah, so our office starts at 1 p.m., but normally I log in at 11 o'clock and log off by 10 o'clock. So my yoga classes is either I can go ahead at 6 o'clock or I can go ahead at 8 o'clock. So I have the flexibility for these two timings.
Yep.
I'm able to balance both.
That's very important, right? See, just imagine that we are saving at least couple of hours in our commute, right? The transportation, it is used to take around a couple of hours for many of us in Pune or in big cities, metro cities, right? Now, if we said, okay, you are getting 2 hours extra, that what did you do in these last 7 months? Then probably it is very hard to justify, right? That what did we do, what did we do extra for the 2 hours? So are you getting the first questions to everyone? Are you getting those 2 hours? Do you think that you have more time available because you need not go to office now? What is your call? Venkatesh, Rishabh, Prashant?
So actually, those 2 hours that we get for commute are getting compensated by working more because the management says that you have those 2 hours to work. So and we tend to spend some more time, like when we are in office, we don't spend more time in lunch. But whereas when we are at home, we spend more time in lunch, speaking to parents or speaking to siblings. So that gets compensated. So we don't co- uh, we don't mind working more, but there is some impact on work life balance for sure.
Yeah, thanks, Venkatesh. In one of the retrospective, let me share my experience. In one of the retrospective, someone highlighted that we received the build very late and then we had to do so. Need to make sure that build is available by 6 p.m. And then Scrum Master asked them that by what time do you get it? They said after 7:30, and then we have to. It takes around 30 minutes to set up the performance testing and other stuff. And then actually Scrum Master asked that person that who told you, really, is was it very urgent that you had to do on the same day? You could have done on the next day. I think you need to make sure that the work-life balance is there. Probably nobody will certainly figure it out that why it happened, but the Scrum Master was on a very positive note that okay, you shouldn't be working after 7:30. You need to make sure. But yeah, I understand that there will be very few cases like that. But the work-life balance, like how many of you have started, or like let me put this question differently, that how many of you are spending more time in exercise before after the corona COVID-19 started? A
I
simple
would say
yes no also would.
recently I've started
Okay,
spending more time.
great.
There are two reasons I would say, because my daughter's school is also online and I'm getting morning time. And the second thing is that I don't to have to hurry to office because I'm also working remotely.
Okay, so you
So that
utilize the
commutation time is
opportunity.
saved here.
So you utilize the opportunity. Okay, great, Sarvari. What is the case for others? Have you started doing more exercise after the pandemic started? Like because you are at home and then probably you are getting more time. Like you are not in hurry, right? Otherwise, in the morning, the first target is to make sure that we reach office on time. And then for me, like I used to start early around 8:15 for office, because if I start after 8:30, then I would have to spend 15 more minutes in traffic. So I was making sure that I
Yeah,
start early.
true. Rahul. So what I do is after yoga, I'll go to the fields. I mean, in agriculture farming and help my father for half an hour, 45 minutes, so that I can get more physical work.
Wow. So where are you right now?
I'm in my native Rahul. I'm working from village, same like our Vijay.
Vijay. Okay, great. Yeah, so do share some photos. I will ask Vijay as well. Let's see. Next time,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll share the pictures as well.
So 100% I'm enjoying with nature.
Okay, the one last topic would be, how is the team and individual learning? Did you really spend some time? Did you really invest some money and even time for learning something new? I know many of you, like Sam,
Yeah,
Hema, and then Hema Kumar, Prashant, they are regular for these webinars and others. So you are spending your time. That's wonderful for learning. But how it has happened for your team and then for your own? Are you investing in yourself enough?
what I do, Rahul, in our team also, we do have weekly Scrum Connect. I have a meeting with all the Scrum Masters. So we do discuss every week, and we'll have the knowledge sharing sessions. And they do ask that what you have learned, and we'll give us some kind of KT on that. I mean, Scrum at scale and license Scrum product owner. So I am presenting them once in a week, 15 minutes or 20 minutes based on the availability of the time.
Great. Anybody else would like to share? How is the learning going on for them?
I have in a very good self-learning opportunity for me because at the beginning when I didn't have a job, I did about 3 certifications at that time, and I think just because I've had a bit more time with less commute and being at home more, I have a lot more downtime to study. So like
Okay.
in meetings when I'm not doing thing, I can go on a webinar or I can go on YouTube and learn something or revisit something, which I wouldn't do if I was sat in an office.
Yeah, that makes sense. So Rishabh is saying that he took some courses from Coursera and learn on AWS, DevOps, and cloud probably. That's wonderful. Yeah, the learning has to happen, right? This is a very good opportunity. Like the way you treat this one, right? That yeah, everything has stopped, but not the learning, right? So we can learn new things. And I think in one of the earlier sessions where we were discussing about the product owner pitfalls, and then we were discussing about the technical debt. How do you handle the technical debt and other stuff? And Vijay had shared that the technical debt. So we always look at the functional point of view, that what is required for my job, but the technical debt is something like what is required for me to excel in my job or for the next opportunity. That is also technical debt. And then every time like product owner say, oh, that one is not priority, we ourselves also do the same stuff. This is not the priority right now, let's do it later on, let's do it later on, and then procrastinate. But that's not the way. I think those who learn something new, right, they are one step, two step ahead of the crowd, and that's really going to work well. So Venkatesh, yeah, Venkatesh, you can talk. Wow, you completed few. Can you share? You can talk as well, right?
Yeah, I completed 3 courses from LinkedIn Learning: Operations Management, Six Sigma Green Belt, and Agile Project Management.
Good, good, very good. So does your organization provide the learning opportunities? For me, the organization is very willing to help people learn. So there are different avenues to learn. Even the LinkedIn learning is available to everyone. So what
Yes,
is the case for you in your organization?
yes, we have the organizational LinkedIn Learning subscription. Plus, we have Gurukul program, which promotes different domain knowledge courses like financial modeling, Tableau, and there are many more. So we have those courses within the organization also.
Good, very good. And then we had, I think for the change of tools usage, Prashant earlier shared that they started with couple of Slack was one of the tool, and then he also talked about another tool that got they started using it, right?
IOBA.
Okay,
IOBA.
IOBA. Anybody else would like to share that what except Zoom meetings, what other tools they have started using in the pandemic?
We have started Teams.
Okay, MS Teams.
Yes.
Okay. Prashant, can you put in the name of the tool in chat? Yeah, Google Meet we started. Is it open source or?
Yeah, yeah. IOBA is a paid one, and it offers like around 1 month of evaluation period. So our organization also tried on evaluation, and it worked well. It has like everything which is required for a successful PR session. So it worked
Okay,
for us. It posed some problem, but I think it might be because of internet issues with the respective team members. So otherwise, it worked for all.
okay, okay. Great. Yeah, that's all we had today. And thanks Vijay and Agile Waters for organizing thing. And then certainly a big thank to Dilin, Hema, Prashant, Rishabh Sarvari, Venkatesh, and I think Srikant for joining and sharing your valuable experience with us. That really makes our learning continuous, right? We learn every time something new. And